Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know, we keep it live.
Now, diving into women's basketball this Thursday, man, we have tip-off. Alabama women's basketball will be facing off against South Carolina, the number 2 ranked team in the nation, the defending national champs. This is going to be a true test. We saw our women's team take a beat down last week against Texas. A tough game where the shots just weren't falling. You saw a lot of resiliency. You saw a lot of young players getting big minutes, being forced into some quality conference play. And I think this team is very mature. They're young, but they're mature. You see players like Zay Green stepping up and becoming kind of like the catalyst for scoring. You see Aaliyah Nye just becoming the sharpshooter that we knew she could be if she just, like last year, having to be one of the primary offensive focal points, putting the ball in her hands a lot, having to play off the dribble. I think it kind of limited her scoring ability. But now, her being that spot-up sharpshooter, that 3-and-D type player that fits more for her abilities, I think it's very, very good for her draft stock right now, and as far as what she's getting recruited at this professional level. I sit here and I look at this team outside of Zay Green and Aaliyah Nye. I look at Cody, who's starting to become a force in the paint. Her and Gianna Cunningham, the rotation of those two primarily playing the bigs on the floor, it has been very, very instrumental. I don't know what the workout program was from her freshman year to this sophomore year, but you can tell that she took her weight program, her weightlifting serious, because Cody has been moving bodies in the paint. Baby girl is moving bodies. She has been holding it down. But then you have a fiery Gianna Cunningham coming in, and she's an energy player. She can surprise you with some of her offensive skill sets. And you saw the energy more so on the defensive side. I want to highlight that about this women's team. When they are dialed in defensively, teams may get into runs. Once they figure out kind of what the strategy is that we're throwing on the floor, whatever look we're trying to deny, we adjust very well on the fly. I have to give Coach Curry and her staff their credit. They adjust on the fly a lot better than what I've seen with the men's team. And that's just a whole testament to how players are interpreting the concept being thrown on the floor. Not just coming out there shooting, trying to get shots up and locking that, but what are we trying to take away from other team? Because at this level of basketball, that's what you have to see. That's what strategy really matters. The full court press game by our women's team is lethal. They speed the game up themselves, and our team plays better in the up-tempo pace. So with Zay Green and Aaliyah Nye playing the way they are, you got people like Carly Weathers, going crazy right now with her do-it-all efforts. She's going to give you stat stuffing every game. And then another transfer, number 20, Diana Collins. Not only on the scorer side, but she's been kind of like an accessory ball handler for this team. Not scared to bring the ball up. She's very under control. Zay Green is more fluent at the point guard position, controlling the offense. She handles pressure, double teams, no splits. But Diana Collins is showing me something the last few games here in some big conference matchups, and just having that composure. And that's going to fit well late in conference play. But even some of the young players coming off the bench, Eris Lester, y'all know I'm gonna have to highlight my girl. She's been very aggressive on the offensive side. I think Coach Curry and staff really believe in her offensive capability. So her 4-minute stretches have kind of turned into more implemental game playing time. And now you see her learning and getting fluent in those offensive sets and making the right reads. It was times early on where she was eager to get to a spot where she could have just flowed with pace, and it would have been a better opportunity for her to either, pull or make a play off the dribble. So I can't wait to continue to see this team develop. Like I said, y'all, I'm probably one of the few, media personalities out here that's really going to be dialed in on the women's side of the game. But I'm excited to see this matchup against South Carolina. I will be in the house myself, and Libe, yes, we will be in the house Thursday night at Coleman Coliseum supporting the Alabama Lady Crimson Tide. So
Remember,
I hope y'all excited
when you see
about
me in the
that.
streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me